Hello friends, Ashish here from Guiding Tech, and with me I have the LeEco La1S, and today we are going to play some games on it and check out the heating and benchmark performance. So let's get started and have a look.
Now taking up the initial temperature readings, so we got around 30 to 30.4 degrees Celsius at the back, and on the front we got around 29.1 to 29.2 degrees Celsius. So let's start playing some games on the device. As usual, the first game in our test is the Surface Surfer, and it's for the people who love some light gaming all the time. The game is running smooth and I had no doubts about it, but what I want to emphasize is the response of the touch and the sound quality that I'm getting on the device while playing this game. The phone is also easy to hold, and playing with just one hand is a breeze. So now moving on to the next game, and that is the Asphalt 8. And before you wonder, we are running the game on the highest quality, even though the recommended default settings after installing the game was set to medium. Now I had some slight lags and frame drops, but only while playing the games that were set on the night environment. I mean, where there was so much of lights and blur effects. Now in the daytime, the game was pretty smooth, and that's because of the lesser details, I guess, and due to the less physics and the shadow and whatever works behind the processor. But frankly speaking, on the medium settings, both the night environment and the day environment were pretty smooth, and it was a nice experience. But so that if you ask me, the Asphalt 8 is definitely not meant for the highest graphics quality on the La TV1S. Now moving on to the modern combat, and I always take up the scene where I am being chased by boats because of the amount of details that I get in these 2 to 3 minutes. And to my surprise, there was no lag and frame drops while playing the game. But I did start to feel that the device was getting a bit warm, but it was not too much, and that nothing I can hold. And anyways, let's move on to the final game, and then we'll check the final temperatures. Now, the fourth game in the list is the Zombie Deathmatch, and you all might be wondering as to why it's not Mortal Kombat X, and I would say it's just a matter of personal choice. But as you can see, the game had no issues, and definitely I will recommend it over Zenfone Max that I reviewed the last week, where I had so many experience and lags while playing each of the aforementioned games. The gaming performance of the La Max was still better, I would say, but the 1S did manage to keep up. So now let's take up the temperature readings, and as you can see that on the back of the device we have the maximum temperature of 36.1 degrees Celsius, and at the front we have around 35 on the screen, and on the top we have around 36. So this is quite a normal temperature, I would say, after playing high-end games for nearly half an hour. So let's now take up the benchmarks and the device specifications. The LeEco La1S is powered by a MediaTek Helio X10 processor and is clocked at a 2.2 GHz octa-core processor with a PowerVR G6200 GPU. It has a 3 GB of RAM and a 32 GB of internal storage, which is actually non-expandable, and it has a 5.5 inch of HD display, which is at 403 ppi, with a rear camera of 13 megapixel and a front-facing shooter of 5 megapixels. And to power that all up, you have a battery of 3000 mAh. So now talking about the benchmarks, we got around 56,096 on the AnTuTu benchmark, which is pretty impressive score for a device of this price range. And the Geekbench scores were around 965 for the single core and 5202 for the multi-core, which is again a pretty decent score and I would say pretty nice score for a device for just rupees 10,999. So friends, that was a quick gaming review of the LeEco La1S, and here are some other interesting videos that I have lined up for you, and I'm sure you'll love to watch them next. But before you do that, why not just click the subscribe button and be a part of our community. This was Ashish from Guiding Tech, and I hope to see you in my next video. Till then, take care and have a wonderful day.